No, no, that's very better. Been a crazy, crazy month. Yes, it has. So, don't know about all you, but it's been quite a moment lately here in our house. Um, with that moon in Gemini, it's just, and it's squaring over to Venus. No, Mercury. Yeah. Okay. That moon. And making that square over there, it's causing havoc. That's all I gotta say. There's a lot of havoc happening. And even, for my own self, poor Steve was having I guess it was an anxiety attack. He's never had one before. Now, a person who's had a stroke and a pacemaker and type 2 diabetes, this was huge, right? For him, and so we had to, call the ambulance and get him all checked out and everything. He's good, he's fine. It was, just going through that whole process of yeah, 'cause he thought he was having, either a heart attack or something going on, and so, and I said to him, I said, "Well, that's right in the line." I said, "What's going on with you is right in the line with the astrology." Because it causes, like, where your subconscious, your mind is just running and you're worried about all kinds of things, and yeah, he's taking on a lot of extra worries, with me, not that I'm not working, I'm, doing home-based business, but it's not the same flow as what I was having before with, with money, and so it's a little bit different. And then, of course, um, with a couple of the kids and what they're going through and the issues that are happening in their lives at this time, which are a little bit stressful, as a parent, because you want to be able to do more. And we unfortunately cannot do any more to help them out or any more to um, help them out with their situation that they're in at this time. So it's kind of like a build-up for him, and he was feeling it, and with Venus gone retrograde, and she's kind of out of the picture, and we're coming up to this Gazini, with the sun, and the sun is home, and the sun is, like, bright, and we're in the middle of summer, and it's wanting to get out, and it wants to go out, and it wants to just enjoy and have fun and just do all the great things that you do in summertime, but feeling a lot of the restrictions that are coming in and around in your life. Like, you can't just go and do the things that you would have normally done because of certain things that are happening, whether it's a forest fire, whether it's you can't get the time off work, or whether you don't have the financial means to do it at this time. So there's a feeling of this restriction of not being able to do things. And you're on, and it's also where you're wanting the big magic. You're wanting this to be the magical theme. You want it to look a certain way, and it's not. So you're ready to kind of like throw in the handbag and say, "Oh, fuck it. Like, this is just why am I continuing to do this when it's not giving me that wow factor?" And this isn't, where you're going to get the wow factor. You might get some, but I don't think it's a whole hell of a lot because we're out of the lobby. We're in we're in the main office, and it's all of those accumulations of the last 3 years, all those steps that are coming together, and now being in the lobby, now out of the lobby into the main room. It's like, "Whoa, what the hell?" Because there's just a lot of energies that are coming at you, and if you're not prepared, or if you are feeling unstable in your life, or there's been these curveballs that have come into your life and thrown you off, this is a time to begin to look at, how am I able to ground myself? How am I able to look at new ways of creating whatever it is. I mean, and this could be in many ways. This could be that you're expecting something to happen. So maybe, like a friend of mine, he's expecting his wife is due. I mean, they did the swab yesterday. She had some contractions and then they stopped. Of course they stopped. I mean, that's par for the course. I mean, this could go on for a good, another week with that. So, I mean, it's just that touch and go, and especially when it's your first, right? That anxiety comes in and stuff. So there could be that. It could be that unexpected expenses have come into your life, whether it's a bill or something's happened to the car or whatever it is, right? This curveballs come in and it's like, well, that's not what I've expected. That's not what I, was anticipating to happen at this time. So this is causing where you have to look at things in a new way. You have to maybe sit down and look at the finances, have patience because the baby will come. This is looking at things in a whole new way in your life. And it can be overwhelming and very frustrating. And this is a buildup. This week is a huge buildup of a lot of this animosity, a lot of this parts of ourselves are wanting to have things really look at newness, look at things in a new way, have us, wanting to really build in a new way. Yet we're having that difficulty in seeing it. We are having where you're just not being able to connect in the ways that you normally connect with. So it's getting you to create and look at things in a brand new way, and that causes frustration. Or you're coming to a time in your life that there's these transitions that are happening that are inevitable. And maybe you thought that you did make the plans that you thought you made, but you didn't make them good enough. And now is bringing in other stressors that you were unaware of. That's where the energy is. And that's where, what is unfolding before us at this time. And we have to look at things, we have to look at just doing things step by step, and having that step by step. This morning was a bit scary, I gotta admit. Trying to keep calm, trying, with everything, and the ambulance guys coming in, absolutely fabulous. And then having to call my daughter because we had Mateus. So, so she had to take, get time off, get someone to come in to cover her at work so that she could come and get Mateus and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just one thing after another right now. But, it's right now for me, I had to sort of rearrange my morning schedule. And we're back home, we're fine, everything's good. But it's that going through, I can't believe how fast everything went this morning, but it's going through and getting everything done and together and finding maybe a new routine for doing things. So, Steve does belong to a gym. He just hasn't been feeling really up to going to the gym lately. He's been feeling very fuzzy and lightheaded. So that might also mean like his blood sugar was a little bit high. Um, Going on insulin. Like he might have to start taking insulin for his for treating his diabetes at this time. And he's been fighting that, and through diet and exercise we've been trying to make the change, but it's just not doing the job. So again, there's a change that's happening. There's a transition that's going on medically that we have to look at, because diabetes is not a fun disease. It's a horrible disease, and um, it takes so many different turns in your life, right? It can cause havoc where you're feeling great and you think everything's fine, and your body decides not to either work with the medication or take a new turn. The other thing with me not working anymore, one of his medications we could not get because it was like it was crazy. It was a crazy amount of money. Our, coverage that we do have now won't even touch it, won't even touch it, and so that was just like, "Okay, well, we'll" so the pharmacist made a suggestion on a medication that he could use instead. Eh, um, but that's fine. Uh, you know, so these are adjustments that are coming in, changes that are coming in that are having us to look at life in a new way, in a different way. And they're scary sometimes, because some of them you don't have full control over. You have control over some, but not everything. And that's Uranus. And especially with that Venus squaring Uranus, and Venus is in the underworld. So she doesn't really have that full ability to fight up against Uranus, who's in her home. So this is where she's like, okay, I gotta, you know, um, I gotta lay low. I gotta just do it day by day. And as we are coming into sort of the, 13 degrees, or we're coming into sort of the midpoint of Leo and moving towards, we're gonna be moving, in the next couple months to the South Node in Libra, which is another havoc entering energy, and Mars with Pallas Athena in Virgo, and Mars will be going, or Pallas Athena with Mars, but also with Mercury, and Mercury going retrograde. That's that's bringing in war, and the stressors of war. I mean, there was a bomb that just went off in Moscow, a mushroom cloud bomb that killed several civilians. So things are intensifying. One of the things that with everything, I know Africa has a big thing to do because in World War II, the Nazis were invading Africa and, wanting to take over Africa. And now we have France has now gone into Africa and into Nigeria, and same with United States is there with them. So we have that, and I think that's going to be a huge escalation on the factor at this time, where things are going to start to escalate even more. Stress is bad for Daddy, so his blood sugars could be up. Yeah, his blood sugar was 12.6 today. So, and that was after his medication and eating. So, and he's not very good at taking his blood sugar because he doesn't like to be poked. So, the last time we were at the doctor, she suggested him going on insulin and he was fighting it. But he might have to bow down to it and take the insulin. We also have to find a new doctor. That doesn't help matters either because our doctor is he's got he's it's very hard to get a hold of him, very hard to get an appointment with him. And I can see why he just gave Steve a full year of prescriptions to renew every 3 months because he's not around. So there's that. That's, with everything else. So we are on to look at a new doctor. So we'll probably make an appointment with my daughter's doctor to get in to see her. And so he can get checked out and, look into his anxiety too. So that's the other part too, is looking into the anxiety part. But then the other thing for him too is that some of the medications that we can't get right now are a big thing, and I think that's causing a bit of the anxiety as well. So, it is one of those, crazy cycles, that you get into, and you just have to move along, and I know my kids are adults, but there's that stressor that's going on with them as well. um, and the predicaments that they've gotten themselves into. And I know they're adults and they got to figure things out. and mommy and daddy cannot rescue them at this time, you know. So all of that, changes, transitions is getting people to really move in new directions, move in new ways of looking at how to get motivated, be motivated, um, and maintain. And I just got maintaining independence is a huge one too. So maintaining the independence is coming in very strong as well with this energy on how you can maintain your independence and well-being as we are going forward with the energies at this time. So let's pull a card. Right now, I've lit a candle today. I'm going to do some saging in a little bit here. Um, so, in doing that, I feel a little bit scattered with all of this. I got to admit, my thoughts aren't been trying to work on this book that I'm creating, and just finding that motivation. I've taken the dog, I've gone for a walk, and I've done, things like that, but it's yeah, there's a wee bit of scatteredness, and I can feel the scatteredness, and I don't really like to, for myself, I can usually pull myself pretty well back together, but I can feel I can feel it. I can feel my mind going in many different directions. So trying to keep myself focused on things and doing something is so important. And that's why I'm working on this book that I'm doing, and I want to get it done in the next couple days so I can get it up onto hopefully get it up onto Amazon and it does something. So woo, there we go. But everything that not saying that you can't do things for free or create things for free. You can. There's a lot of different software out there that you can do things and create things, but it's, when you want to go to that next step, there's always a cost. There's always, so that's another thing. Anyways, let's pull it out. Look at the king came in. The queen was in yesterday and the king comes in today. Keep your eye on the big pictures. Leave the details to others. Good advice. So keep your eye out there. It's be inspirational, because this can be dramatic, and this is driven. This is experience that leads to success. So knowing that you have the experience, you have that knowingness, you got to trust in it and move forward with it as you go, because here comes the three of Gables and Gables. Prosperity is arising from wise planning. So taking the time, step by step, optimistic plans that can turn out as expected. So don't just throw things away and say fuck it, because if you do that, you're going to find that it's going to end up being worse, instead of saying, okay, no, this is what I got to do. And even, say you're having to set up a new budget, and looking at that budget and looking, okay, this is what we got to do, and staying and maintaining that, which can be difficult because your mind goes, well, I just want to have fun, I want to go out, I never get to go anywhere, so this is really looking at keeping your eye on the ball, keeping yourself moving and motivated, and bringing in that balance. You need to have the balance. The balance is that it's like, yeah, you can work and you can keep your eye on the ball, but allow yourself to go out and enjoy things. Like go to a park you've never gone to. Maybe go to the library. It might sound boring. Maybe go to a local museum. Check out your local museum. This is just doing things that you wouldn't normally do, right? And making it more fun. It'll allow you to make more fun because solutions are there. Archangel Zedekiel. I love Zedekiel. Success comes from the object compromise. So self-control and patience Forgiving and healing not only yourself, healing others. Allow yourself that energy of movement and moving forward. Good advice from the cards today. Thank you all for coming in and listening today. And have a blessed, I can't even speak. Have a blessed day, everyone. And may the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say and all that you be and all you do. Sorry, I'm not my full chipper self and enthusiastic, but it's been quite a morning. But hey, everything turned out okay. So that's what counts, right? Blessings, everyone. Bye bye.